What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of not the stratencraft series. Although I'm in the stratencraft world, but you know what I mean. So, in the last few videos, we've been trying to get the materials that we require to build this massive gold farm by Hill Mango, which I'd mentioned a few videos ago, or I think the previous episode. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, link in the description below. Check it out. It'll be fun. So that's why the glass is melting over here. So in the meantime, while this is smelting, so I just logged into the world so that I could do some preparations. Because you see, this gold farm requires us to have access to the nether roof. But the nether roof is blocked by bedrock. So how are we going to get to the nether roof? That's what I'm going to show you in this episode. So stay tuned and watch till the end because that's going to come. Yes! Secrets are being revealed. So guys, to get to the nether roof, you would require a few materials, those being obsidian, at least 11, a lever, a trapdoor, ladders, at least one, two pistons, enderpearls, at least a stack, and a stack of any scaffolding block. You can also use scaffolding. I have just chosen Netherrack because I'm poor. And of course, you will need a pair of flint and steel as well. So once you've gathered all the materials over here, it's time to head towards the nether. And of course, don't forget your golden helmet. Once at the nether, you have to climb all the way up to the nether ceiling, which is made out of bedrock. This is quite a long way from the nether that we usually spawn in. These usually start appearing around by 123. So once you're next to the nether roof, you want to get as close to the ceiling as possible. In my case, I'm going to scaffold my way up, and you've got to dig around a bit. You can see that I've dug around a lot. I'm going to do more digging because we want to find a particular piece of bedrock that has a Y level of 127. How do you figure that out? Let's say you're looking at this piece of bedrock over here. You can hit F3 and you can see the targeted block section. This clearly states 125 at the Y level coordinate, so this will not do. So you've got to keep going around digging for this particular piece of bedrock until you get it. Otherwise, this is not possible. It might be grindy, but you've got to do it. So once you find that particular piece of bedrock, you can move on to the next step. So what you want to do now is to get up as close as possible to that bedrock. In my case, I will scaffold up until there's only two blocks left. This one block and I'm standing on, and this block where my head is. So now what you want to do is you want to go one block down because you forgot that you have a shulker box with you, and you got to get the materials out. So you open your shulker box, or what if you're carrying it on you, very good. That's actually the best. So you want to take your ladder and you want to take your ender pearl out. Of course, if you're carrying your shulker box, don't forget to get it back with you. And then in my case, I am going to replace all my armor to diamond because this might hurt a bit. I will give you all the explanation later, but first what you want to do is you want to take note of the X and Y coordinates of this block because this will come very handy just the next step. Once you have those, what you want to do is take your ladders out and you want to place them anywhere on the block that you're standing, and you want to go up, hit W and keep it pressed down so that you're constantly pressed against the ladder like this. Next, what you want to do is grab your ender pearl and aim somewhere in between these two blocks, somewhere at the edge of the pixel, like somewhere there. Oh, that does not help, but you get the idea. Somewhere here, somewhere in between this block and this ladder block over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to aim at this position and then use your ender pearl. So left click. And if I do that right now, I will take a bit of suffocation damage. Keep holding W, right, so that you're on top of the ladder, and you can see that my head and part of my torso is above the bedrock. So the reason that I wore this full diamond armor over here is that you might take some suffocation damage because you're briefly going through the bedrock, and of course the ender pearl damage as well. So just to make sure that you don't die, I would suggest you wear this. And once you're like in a position like this, all you want to do is you keep holding W, I'm assuming you have, press space once, and you're officially on top of the nether roof. So guys, now that you're on top of the nether, you want to create a passage between the bottom of the nether and on top of the nether. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to break the bedrock. I know it sounds crazy. It is. It really is. But It is possible in Minecraft, in vanilla Minecraft, and I'll show you how. Bring out your TNT, your lever, then of course your netherrack that you have, scaffolding blocks, obsidian, your trapdoor, and that's about it. Next, what you've got to do is you've got to remember the coordinates that you've taken note of. So in my case, my coordinates were at -65, which is backwards, no, this is forwards, and at 156, which is towards the left if I'm not mistaken, right here at this block. So this is the block that ideally I want to be on top of. So for you it might be anywhere else, whatever it is, please make sure that you're on top of this block, otherwise it's going to be wasted effort. So once you're on top of the block you want to break, you want to grab your piston and you want to place it facing you, facing upwards, or maybe facing you as well, whatever, you get the idea. You want it facing upwards, I think would be better. This has to be on the block that you're going to break. This is important, otherwise it's not going to work. Next, you want to get your obsidian and place it right next to the piston. Then what you want to do is take your netherrack or whatever block that you have and place it on top of the obsidian. Then bring out your TNT and place it on top of this piston here and over here, exactly, so that it closes like this. This is because we want to get underneath the trapdoor, and I'll show you why in a moment. Next, you want to attach your lever over here, and this is how the contraption should look. Next, what you want to do is you want to grab onto your piston, the other piston that you have, and you want to get underneath the trapdoor like this, and then slowly slide to the other side, making sure that you're not out of the trapdoor yet, and flick the lever. I'm not flicking the lever now because I want to explain what happens next. So you flick the lever, and in the meantime you want to travel all the way over here while still remaining inside the trapdoor. So what's going to happen is when you flick the lever, the TNT is going to get ignited because there's a redstone signal that's coming out. And of course there is the meltdown time before the TNT actually explodes. So during that time, the piston is also going to be extended because it's getting powered by the block over here, and it will extend upwards, leaving a small gap because the body and the head of the piston accounts for one block. So as the piston head is extended upwards, there is a small gap, and it is at this exact spot over here that you want to spam the other piston as hard as possible, so that you end up placing the piston almost. You'll see exactly how this happens when I show you how it would be. So guys, let's start off with the survival tutorial in game. So as stated, get underneath the trapdoor. Oops, piston at hand. You want to flick this lever quickly to go to the other side, spam over here at this gap, and that, guys, has broken the bedrock below. How cool is that, huh? So there are chances that this method may not work because you might have not placed the piston on time. It can happen. That is why I suggested getting 10 TNT, so that you can keep doing this over and over and over again. And just in case you are not able to break through the bedrock, what you can do is, using the extra obsidian that I asked you to get, you can just build yourself another portal over here, light it up, and go back to the overworld. No harm done. So you will not be stuck here forever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for another waste biome on top of the nether roof. Actually, I'll explain in the next episode why exactly, or why I need to do that. But for the time being, we've accomplished one task, that we've gone on top of the nether roof, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please do let me know if this tutorial works for you, and smash that like button if you like this, and for more content as well. I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, yeah, that's better. Bye.